Here is the box that the camera system came in. As you can see, there are 4 cameras, one in each of these boxes. And then we've got here 4 60-foot LAN cables. Those are Ethernet cables. They provide power and recording and everything through one wire. And then here we've got the quick user guide, so that will make it very handy setting everything up. Right here we've got a very slimline HD recorder. As you can see, this is what all the components, the cameras and everything connect into, and then to the internet, so that you can view all of these online. On the back, flip it over here. On the back you'll see that we've got the 4 LAN ports, so 4 Ethernet ports, and these will allow you to plug in each of these cameras in. We've got the audio out, audio in. That middle single port is for the Ethernet, the internet, into the device, so to make it connectable. We've got a 4K HDMI out, that'll go out to the TV. We also have VGA port, that's kind of old school for computer monitor type situations if you happen to use one of those. We've got a USB 3.0 for faster speeds, transfer speeds, and then we also have a USB 2.0. The very right plug would be the power support plug. So right there is just all the connections, again, that everything will be plugged into. Right. In this kind of lengthwise box, we've got a small LAN cable. We've got the power supply box here. Pull it out. We've got a power supply box. And then we have the cord that plugs into the power supply box, so that'll give it the power directly. And then it comes with a little small mouse, I'm assuming, to navigate through the system once it's set up. In one of the boxes here, I've got it pulled out for you. This is each of the camera systems. You can see it there. It's very nice looking. It's got waterproof housing. The front of it comes over the edge of the lens a little bit, so it'll help with rain. So, and you see how right there is how it connects. So we've got that. Back side of the camera. And we've got some more little connection pieces here for the camera itself. Alright. So let's get into setting it all up. Alright, so I've got the LAN cables run up into the attic. You can see them coming out of the wall here. They run up to the attic and then to the corners of the roof where the cameras are located. We've got those cables running up into where the box is, up in here. And then, as you can see coming out, this blue cable right here is the HDMI cable, and that's running from the recording box up here to the TV. So that's going to be the output into the TV. Alright, so I've got the cables. It was a little bit difficult, but I've got the cables run through the attic and then down to the gables of the roof on the outside. And as you can see here, I've got I have one LAN cable right here, and I did tape off colors on each end, so I know on each end of the wire, so I know which one is which. So I've got this one hooked to red, and from here all I'm gonna have to do is take the, see if I can do it one-handed, but we take the cable here, and you can see that there's a LAN cable plug right here, and you just, that directly goes right into the cable itself. One second, and you just click it in like that. So it's very simple. Now I'm gonna run all of these cables up through this hole. This hole is probably about a 1-inch hole up in the roof that I'm feeding everything through, and all that's gonna basically mount up like this, and from there, from there we're just gonna basically screw it in. So give me just 1 second. And alright, so we've got 2 of the screws screwed in on the back side of this camera. There's only 1 screw left. We did have to loosen it up so the camera's facing straight down before we can put the screw into it. Alright, screw in, so that's the last screw here. So then all we have to do at this point is move the camera up, set the position we need. It's pointing in the right direction, and then we should be good on this first camera. Alright, so we've got, this is the first camera. We've got that one set up, as you can see. It's all nice. And then if we come over here, we've got second camera set up in a different direction. So you can see that one's there. We got that pointed in a different direction. So far we got 2 set up. It's looking good so far. We're going to move on to the 3rd and 4th here in just a minute. Alright guys, so we've got the last 2 cameras hooked up. We've got this one that's pointing over at the pool area, and then we've got this camera pointing out into the yard. So they're pretty close to one another, but these 2 cameras are the last 2 up, and we got them up. It's raining a little bit, but they're waterproof and everything should be good from here. So we're going to go ahead and take it inside and show you what it looks like inside. Alright, so we finally got the recorder, the DVR recorder all set up and everything. It is connected. The only thing it doesn't seem to be connected to is the network, which I'm guessing this, it looks like the system possibly does not have Wi-Fi connection. It looks like it may, because there's an included LAN cord here, and it looks like it may require a LAN cord connection, like a direct hardwire connection into the DVR recorder. I guess our only problem is where this is located is on the opposite end of the house where the Wi-Fi router would be. So we don't really have the ability to direct connect into that at this time because of the location of where it's at. Right next to here we have the little mouse connected that's included. It's just a little miniature mouse, and that's just for navigating the menus, which I'll show you here in just a moment. Alright, so this is the security camera system, and it is starting up. I just wanted to do a factory reset on it, get it back to the original settings so that we can kind of go through that and show the setup for this. So we've got the mouse now showing on the screen, and again the security system is right down here. That is the DVR box that records all the security cameras, and like I said, it is just, there we go. So here is the setup of the screen, and we did go ahead and position the cameras already. That's why I'm doing a factory reset, to show you what it looks like, but I did go ahead and set this up. So now I'm gonna switch off the camera here. And I'm going to go forward and do the controls for this. So as you can see, we start out with the language selection, and it's already defaulted to English, so luckily I speak English, so I'm going to leave it as is and click OK. Alright, so the default password on this is just going to be 123456. That's just the initial default password that you enter in, and then you hit login. So it basically says enhanced password mode has been enabled. Please set a strong password first. So from here we're going to put in the old password, which will be 123456, and then we will click over and then click on the password screen. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it real quick so we can enter in our password. Alright, so we've got our password entered. We have the old password, which is the 123456. We have in the new password. Now when you click on the password fields, it will tell you what is necessary typically, and it says it in the on the setup manual as well, that you're going to need a strong password. So that's going to consist of lowercase letters, uppercase letters, digits, so numbers, as well as a special character, or more than one character. So just make sure you have your password either known or written down, but it will tell you that it's strong. You can see here 9 to 20 characters long is what it has to be, and then it has to include letters, digits, and special characters. So we've got all that entered in, so I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And it does give you the option to do drawing a lock pattern as well. This is kind of a secondary lock system. We're going to go ahead and skip that. I don't use those type of lock systems. So from here, it's going to go to the Location, so we are, for us, we're going to be Eastern Standard Time in the US, so we're going to hit Eastern Standard. Month, day, and year, you can change it to whichever format you'd like. I'm going to leave it as default. It's typically what we use here in America. Time format, I'm going to switch to 12-hour because that's generally what we do here. And then from here, if you click on the system time, you can go ahead and set the date, which the date itself is already correct. We're just going to need to correct the time. So if you come down the bottom, you can go up or down on the hour and the minutes and seconds, and then AM or PM. So for us, let me see, we are actually going to go ahead and change this to 0. It's actually about to turn 8 PM. So we are going to hit OK, and on the dot, 8 PM. So from there, you can have the option of setting daylight savings time. We're not going to touch any of that. We're going to leave that as is, and we're going to click next. And from here, all you typically need to do, it says it in the manual, but all you need to do is just make sure that it says enable DHCP. That's automatically checked off. We're going to go ahead and leave that as is and click next. Now I do have to preface this with the fact that, like I said in another part of the video, it does not appear to have wireless connections for the system. It seems to be just an Ethernet LAN cable only connection. We can't do that where this system's located currently, so it's just going to be all directly on the hard drive itself, not connected to the internet for the time being. I'm going to hit next. It's going to take you here. So this is the last step screen. You can scan the QR code to download and install the app. So if you scan this with your smartphone, it should give you the link to go download the app. Step 2 would be sign up and log in. So you have to sign up for an account and then log into that account. And then and then to add the device itself, it says scan QR code with the app to add the device. So that's basically going to be your last step in this. I'm kind of skipping that. Like I said, I don't have internet connection, so there's no point in working the app at this point for us. So I'm going to hit OK, and that is it. So typically when you get to this screen, you may or may not see these cameras if you don't already have your camera set up. For us, we did already, like I said, go ahead and set up these cameras. So we've already got them hooked up. It is raining out today like it was last night as we were doing this. But we got camera 1 here, camera 2, camera 3, and then we'll come down to camera 4. We did switch a couple of the cameras around just for the sake of positioning sake on the screen. So that is the overall setup of the system itself. I will note that this actually looks very, very good, clear and crisp when it's in color during the daytime. As I said in another part of the video, it is currently nighttime, so you're going to be seeing the infrared lighting everything up outside. So everywhere that is on these cameras are typically dark at this time. You wouldn't really be able to see a whole lot, but because the cameras do have infrared built into them, it's lighting everything up. So at this point, that is pretty much it. Just wanted to kind of go over the setup of the system. Thanks so much.